That was terrible.
That was crap. That was garbage. This place sucks.
Overreaction Monday.
Chris, what do you have over there?
All right, you kind of mentioned it in the A block. We'll just hit it a little bit more right now. Aaron Rodgers, the MVP so far this season.
You bet it is. You bet Aaron Rodgers is the MVP of this season. Devontae Adams is coming back, and you got to start paying attention to him. And then Aaron Jones is a matchup nightmare. Jamal Williams looks to be very difficult to try and match up with. Jimmy Graham is all of a sudden catching balls. Lazard and Kumaro and Allison and Valdez-Scantling only going to get better. The offense is going to start clicking more, and LaFleur is feeling all gas, no brakes. That's what he's saying. How about that? Did you hear that NFL Films wire from last week picking up the guy saying, this is the same guy who we were wondering if he was going to be up to the task of being able to stand in front of Aaron Rodgers and have a two-way conversation with him. Certainly, after John Gruden kind of steamrolled all over him, as picked up by the Hard Knocks mics, preseason in Canada over the field. Our guys are willing to play with a hole in the ground here in Canada. How come you're not?
Right.
Essentially, what that was like. I know it's not Lambeau Field, but, I mean, we're willing to play. That guy's now like, all gas, no brakes. Here we go. That's because of number 12, all of it. MVP. What else do you have over there?
All right, trade deadline coming up this week. Already a couple moves. How about this one? Honeymoon over in Cleveland. Odell is going to be traded this week.
No way. That's an overreaction. He will not be traded this week. Look.
Doesn't seem like it's all hunky-dory anymore.
Hold on. This is what you know, certainly in an old school football environment like Cleveland, Ohio, and the state of Ohio, old school football. This is what you get with Odell Beckham. Leading up to the week of the game, he will say stuff like, yeah, you know, when I was in New York, I wanted to play with Brady and Belichick. I always visioned how to do that. And then after you get your ass beat, he will walk up to the opposing quarterback and offer him shoes and show off his new shoe. And if old school people in Ohio are going to be like, well, he doesn't want to be here. What's this guy? What's his malfunction? We need him to catch footballs, not like think about, hey, when this game's over, I got to make sure I show Tom Brady my shoe. But Odell is going to be, when the bell rings, the guy that you need to find on the field. He's going to ball out. It's not going to half-ass it when the game's on the line. It's a 21st century player you've got in your hands here with Odell Beckham Jr. So as much as he may say that he dreamt of playing with the opposition that you're about to get your ass handed by, and then that actually does happen, and he goes up to the opposing quarterback in front of yours. See that shot of Baker Mayfield standing on the side-eyeing the whole situation?
Give him the side eye.
Okay. You're going to sit here and think the guy doesn't want to be here. But
yes,
he's the answer. Get him the ball. Keep your quarterback upright enough to get him the ball. That's how you win football games.
Yes, but when you think about what this offense was supposed to look like this year, Odell has only 34 catches through 7 games, less than 500 yards receiving, 1 touchdown back in week 2.
The more germane overreaction Monday question, if you don't mind me opinionating on this, is Freddie Kitchens will be a one-and-done coach in Cleveland.
Well, you want to be patient.
Are you serious?
I mean, come on.
Go for it.
Before you criticize the overreactions, just kind of wait a second. Let's go back positive here. Let's go to San Francisco. The 49ers will be the 1 seed in the NFC.
San Francisco has got at Arizona and then a Monday nighter against Seattle. Home for Arizona. Man, there's that home game against Green Bay. Then they're at Baltimore, at New Orleans. How about that for 3 games in a row? I'll say they lose 1, if not maybe 2 of those. And they'll lose a tiebreak against one of the 2 of those. So I'll say no when it all comes down to it.
Who's it gonna be? New Orleans, Green Bay.
Jeez.
Those seem to be your front runners there, unless Seattle or Minnesota go on a run.
I'll say it'll be New Orleans because New Orleans has San Francisco in their house, and that's just a real tough place to play. Certainly when we're talking about week 14. I mean, yeah. And I know that they've lost late late season games in their house. I've personally been there for it.
Right.
Their 2009 Super Bowl run, they lost their last 3 games, period. And we were all wondering about the Saints going into the playoffs with 3 straight losses. Still, that's the way I'll view it right here, right now, as we're sitting here on the last Monday in October.
For more of The Rich Eisen Show, tune to Audience Channel 239 on DirecTV for free on BR Live or download the Rich Eisen Show app.